Hey, welcome back. We've added API key auth and JWT-based user identity to Karan's API. But there's still a gap. A single authenticated user can hammer the /ask endpoint 1,000 times in a minute. Each call triggers an LLM request. That's real money and a degraded experience for every other user. Rate limiting is how you put a ceiling on that. In this video, we cover what rate limiting is, how to implement it in FastAPI using slowapi, and how to handle the case when a user hits their limit. Think about what one call to post/ask actually costs. An embedding call to convert the query into a vector, an LLM inference call to generate the answer, a vector database query in between. None of these are free. Now multiply that by a buggy front end that retries in a loop, or a heavy user running automated queries, or someone who just discovered your URL. Without rate limiting, your OpenAI spend becomes completely unpredictable. You have no ceiling, no early warning, no way to protect your budget. Rate limiting fixes this by putting a hard cap on how many requests any single caller can make in a given time window. It's not just a security feature, it's cost control, predictable usage, predictable spend, and fair access for every user on your API. Rate limiting is straightforward conceptually. You pick a limit, say 10 requests per minute per user, and track how many requests each user has made in the current window. Once they hit the limit, any further requests in that window get a 429 response. The window resets and they can start again. Look at the example. User A makes 9 requests, all fine. Their 10th in the same minute gets a 429. User B is completely unaffected. Their limit is tracked independently. Two decisions to make: what to limit by and what the window is. For Karan's API, limiting by user ID is the right call since he has JWT auth. Each authenticated user gets their own independent quota. slowapi is the go-to rate limiting library for FastAPI. Install it with pip, create a limiter instance, attach it to app.state, and register the built-in exception handler for when limits are exceeded. Then decorate any endpoint with that limiter.limit and pass a human-readable limit string. 10 per minute means 10 requests per minute. 100 per hour means 100 per hour. The library tracks the count, and when a caller exceeds their limit, the exception handler automatically returns a proper 429 response. The example uses IP address as the key, meaning each IP gets its own independent limit. For most quick setups, this works fine, but for Karan's API with real user identity from JWTs, we can do better. IP-based limiting has a problem. Multiple users behind the same corporate proxy share one IP address. They'd all hit each other's limits. The fix is to limit by user ID instead. Look at get_user_ID_ from _token. It tries to extract the user ID from request.state, which is where your auth middleware puts it, and falls back to IP if there's no authenticated user. You pass this function as key_func to the limiter. Now each authenticated user has their own independent quota. User A making 10 requests doesn't affect user B at all, and unauthenticated callers still get limited by IP. One key function, two behaviors, right tool for each case. When a user hits their limit, they get a 429. The default slowapi response is a simple error string. That works, but it's not very helpful. Look at the custom handler. The response now includes a clear error message, tells the user what their limit is, and adds a retry-after header. That header is important. Well-behaved HTTP clients and frontends read it and automatically wait before retrying instead of immediately hammering the API again. A good 429 response turns a frustrated user into a patient one. Register your custom handler with app.add_exception_handler, and every rate limit hit across your entire application gets the same clean response. Quick recap. Rate limiting is essential for AI backends because every request has a real cost. slowapi gives you decorator-based limits in a few lines of code. Limit by user ID when you have JWT auth, so each user gets their own independent quota. And when a limit is hit, return a clear 429 with a retry after header, so callers know when to try again. In the next video, we cover input validation and prompt injection defense. Even with auth and rate limiting in place, a malicious user can still try to manipulate your LLM by crafting clever prompts. That's the next layer of protection we need to add. See you there.